Thank you, bye. Right, there's the time to beat. 9 hours 30 minutes. We are off and running on the Ultra 2023 attempt. This year I'm going to try and beat the time that I did last year. Now, the Worcestershire Way, for those of you who don't know, I ran it last year. It's a 50k point to point. It's a path that runs north to south through Worcestershire, called the Worcestershire Way. Don't know where they came up with that name. And I'm navigating on the watch. Last year I got horribly wrong, went horribly wrong a couple of times. And I think, I don't know, I think I could do better today, I think. Well, I hope I do. I'm going to try and not use this head torch. That's the aim. I want to try and get into Malvern, to Great Malvern. I want to be stood next to the buzzards before it's got dark. So nearly 2,000 meters of elevation to do 50k, 30-ish miles. Let's go. Currently -3 here in Bewdley, and today I'm basically going to be living the life of somewhere in between peas and a yogurt, because it ain't going to get any warmer than about 2 degrees. It might not even get above freezing, so hopefully I'm not risking my health too much. Let's get on with it and let's see how we do today. We love a challenge on this channel, and that's why we do things like this, to see if we can do hard things. Is anyone else wondering how has this happened? How is it winter? When did it become -3? It's just all of a sudden this last week it's just gotten really cold, and it's not autumn anymore. We're in for a deep dark winter, I think. So today I'm actually going to try and film a warts and all style video. So I'll try and keep the language to a minimum, and I can't promise anything. If I fall over or get lost, expect expletives. That'd be a good name for this channel, actually. Expect expletives. But yeah, just not going to give you any slow motion, not going to give you any drone shots, not going to give you any 80s music that I use on my B-roll. Just going to use what I can hear as the soundtrack. So it will give you a feel of what it feels like. So the sunrise is about 5 to 8, which is about now. Well, it's not about now, it's happening. And I mean, yeah, maybe I could have set off a bit earlier today, but can I be honest with you, I just could not get out of bed. Schoolboy error, didn't put the heating to come on, and I'm just not goggins enough to get out of bed at 5 o'clock. So I might have shot myself in the foot by losing a bit of time later on. This might not mean a lot to many people, but to a photographer this is like Christmas Day. The light on these trees is insanely good. That gives me energy, man. The sun just gives me energy, makes me want to move. So that's 5k up. Just getting warm now actually. I think pretty soon I'll lose the coat and the woolly hat. But yeah, as I'm going uphill now, I'll just have a chat to you about my 5k times this year. So started the year with a time of 21:35, I think. So New Year's Eve last year sort of broke my record, and progressively, and the Manchester block really chipped away at it. And since then, I've never been able to get it lower than 20 and a half minutes, 20:35. So of course sub 20 is a massive, hang on, yeah, gone off course, brilliant, should be a bit further up there. So of course sub 20 is what I'm aiming for. Will I try and do it this year? I'm gonna have one crack at it, probably at a PB rather than a sub 20, because sub 20 you're looking at, you know, sub 4 minute kilometers, which I don't think I'm quite there. For my PB I'm looking at about 407s, 406s. So small margins that make a big difference. So 5k, what I've done this year, really, I haven't really done any dedicated 5k training. It's just the marathon block that's been carrying me forward. And that stuff really works, man. Those easy endurance long runs, they did the business for me. So yeah, that's my 5k story. Maybe one last attempt this year, maybe not, I'm not sure. Right, I've reached one of my favourite bits on the Worcestershire Way, is this bench. Don't have a clue where I am, I just know that I like this bench. Decent view, eh? So I'm going to have a quick costume change. I'm going to delayer a little bit because I can feel myself sweating a bit, so I've obviously warmed up. My Gary Lineker ears are not looking forward to me taking this hat off, because I'm going to put the baseball cap on now, probably backwards because I'm a YouTuber. And yeah, going to get rid of this coat and just lose one layer. Yeah, man, what a morning. Look at this. Beautiful scenes. I feel like a human past the parcel. I've taken off one coat to reveal another one. Right, let's Marie Kondo the out of this. Oh, it's not too bad actually. I don't know when putting your hat on backwards became popular or cool. It was never cool, but somehow it's accepted in the running community. Who am I to argue with society? Or maybe it's not cool and I look like an absolute douche. Right, I realise that I'm sweating a little bit. I'm sweating in -2, which probably isn't a good thing. So I've got to try and keep on top of my electrolytes today, because even though it's cold and I'll probably get through less water, that's not a good thing. I still need to have the energy to get the job done. It's 50k. And I've got to learn my lesson from pretty much every long distance race I've ever done, which is getting the fuel in wrong. So I'm going to try and stay on top of my electrolytes today. Regulate my water intake. Take on the calories every hour, something like that. Got some Haribo to dig into in a bit. Got a couple of, got a Cliff bar, Kind bar, and Laura's even left me a drop bag with some goodies in it at 30k, which I am so excited to get to. So that'll be a huge mental barrier to overcome. So thank you in advance, Laura. You're the best wife. Right, I've had about 5 minutes of looking like a bad boy YouTuber, my hat on backwards. The majority of this majority of this run is south facing, and that means I'm going to be running into the old current bun for potentially the whole time it's out, which could be 8-9 hours, and the whole time that I'm out. Should I have brought Sunny G's with me? Probably should, but I didn't, so it doesn't matter. Here we are at 10k, and this brook, I think it's a cracking name. It's called Dick Brook. It shouldn't make me smile, but it does. Dick Brook. And one of the best things about Dick Brook, I've got to keep my voice down, is this house, because there's like an off-grid house down here. I don't know, to me this would just be like the ideal place to live. Look at this. Could you imagine yourself living here? Wow, it's amazing, isn't it? So quiet, so quiet. All you can literally hear is the trickling of the stream. I also think I can hear the backup generator as well. I can hear a hum of something electrical. But you're missing the point. Don't forget the generator bit. Hear that? Sound of nature. So that's 10k in about an hour and a half. So 10k's up now. Feeling good so far, to be honest. Feeling full of energy, feeling fairly strong, but you could expect that early on in a long run, especially when there's plenty of walking. So 10k is up. So what about the 10k's I've done this year? Well, I've only done one really that I've raced. I did another one earlier in June with Laura, which is called the Two Castles, which was a great race, but that was sort of pacing Laura and running with Laura. But yeah, the one in Cheltenham I did, which was just over 45 minutes, which is hard to imagine right now because it was about 20 something degrees that day. I just remember it being stiflingly hot, and I was really pleased to sort of practice half marathon pace at the Cheltenham 10k. Now I probably could do that quicker. I don't know if I've still got that fitness in me, but my last race of the year is going to be a 10k. I haven't actually officially booked it yet, but I'm going to do a 10k in Christmas week, belly full of turkey, and it's going to be the Hereford 10k. So yeah, I might have one last crack at trying to grab a sub 45 10k, but I'm really pleased with the 10k race I did do in Cheltenham, because it was like I said, a really well paced effort for my half marathon, which was a week later, which we'll talk about. An 11.2k time, 11.1. This will be the third time. This will be the third time that I've done the Worcestershire Way. First time was this time last year, well, November, so 13 months ago. It took me 9.5 hours, which was hard because I was navigating from the watch, didn't know a thing about the route. The next time was my birthday, just gone in September. Laura said, "What do you want to do for your birthday this year?" I said, "Quite fancy the Worcestershire Way, to be honest." I think she was expecting me to say a Nando's and a takeaway and a film. And so we compromised by doing it over 2 days, and we walked it But even Daisy did it, you know. It's doable, it's hard, but having said that, I remember thinking and saying to Laura at the time, having walked it and run it, running it is easier. Walking 2 huge distances over 2 days, I actually think that took more of a toll on my body than the 50k straight through. So don't know if you've ever had an experience of that, but what would you think about that? Would you actually think it's easier to run the walk once you've got the running fitness, of course? Oh, look at this. I couldn't have picked a better morning, a better winter's morning. Well, I veered off course somehow. How have I done that? I should be up there. It's really quite tricky to follow the path. Right, looks like we're going up. Oh, I'm back on course. I don't know how I lost that. Well, to be honest, I must have been at a T-junction like this. And I just must have gone that way. I've learned from previous ultras, if you go wrong, just try and stay calm. Because I've lost the plot a couple of times on this YouTube channel. So I'm trying to just chill. Made it to the clock tower. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. 20k down, and I'm not making as much progress as I would like. I've just done the dreaded thing and just looked at my watch basically for time. And I wish I'd never said to myself, I really want to beat my time from last year. Because at the moment, it looks like I'm not gonna. I'm at over about 3.5 hours. And I haven't even done a half marathon, let alone halfway yet. So, yeah, God, this might be over 9.5. But I seem to remember the first half being harder than the second. But I've got to make it to the second half in one piece. So, no, forget that. I'm not being miserable. I'm not being miserable, Andy. Look where I am. This is absolutely magical. We just out to have a good time. Just out to have fun today. Wow, so half marathon is nearly up. Just my next target is to get through the next 10k, get to my drop bag, which I can't wait to see, and then yeah, take it from there. So here we are, half marathon, my favourite distance out of all of them. I don't quite know why. Maybe it's because my first ever race I did was a half marathon. I don't know, I just really enjoy that distance. I just find it a really satisfying amount of miles compared to any other. And I just find it a really good challenge. And before this year, in fact, only 2 years ago, if you go back to, you know, episode number, I don't know, 6 or 7, what are we on now, 120 something, so 100 odd videos ago, you can have a look at one of my first ever half marathons I did this time 2 years ago, and I couldn't break 2 hours. And then here we are 2 years later, and I'm knocking on the door of 90 minutes. I'm one of those guys that's now talking in double figures. You know, when they say, like, how do? They don't say 120, 80 mate. How'd you do? 87, 127, nah, 87. So yeah, I'm one of those guys now. Hopefully we'll be knocking on the double figure door one day. So I'm living proof that with consistency and a bit of hard work, you can bring down that half marathon time. I've got to be fair, this is such an awesome trail. I mean, it's probably so far, it's been 95% trail, 5% road. But yeah, such a cracker of a trail. So if you can, get yourself down to Worcestershire, either from Malvern or Bewdley, and just run. See how you get on. Let's get down to the river.
7:28.
There we go, lap 25. Halfway, baby. This weather has been such a blessing. I could not imagine crossing this field, you know, in 5 degrees warmer. In fact, just a couple of degrees warmer, because where these tracks have ploughed the fields, that would have been an absolute insane mud party. Oh, that would have been disgusting. Anyway, look. The river team. We've made it to Martley. This is a big psychological win. So we're over halfway now. I'm going to have a little stop here. Yeah, take the pack off and just chill for a little bit and just, yeah, drink it all in, breathe it all in. Happy days. It's all about little wins when you do these ultras, because what's excited me is I'm at my lunch stop, a kilometre and a half sooner than I thought it was going to be. So just go on to what 3 words, because Laura has sent me, she's WhatsApped me where she's left my lunch. I found it. I just rang you to say where's the bag, but there it is. It's in the corner. Oh, that's like a sight for sore eyes. I'm at the Rodders now. Hello? You got no signal? I've got no signal. Probably I've... No, wait. I've got no signal. Well, that was lucky. Oh, yes. Right, now I am going to have a little bit of a break here. Probably a bit rude of me to sit on the picnic tables of the pub, so I'm going to sit on the front of the pub. So we've got 1 electrolyte drink here and 1 water there. Yes, crisps, Mars bar, and the Piesta Legend Istance is M&S Italian spinach salad. Oh yes, she's put it in. I found a chocolate coin at home last night and said, oh look at that, lucky penny. And she's put it in. What a legend. Thank you, babe. Right, lunchtime. Let's enjoy it. Oh, so good. We've got just over 20k to go. Just had some crisps, some pasta. I'm feeling good to go. And I've got the thrill of a chocolate coin and 2 halves of Mars bars to look forward to. So I'm not sure how long we've got to go to beat the time, but I think, hang on, what's going on here? I think it's 4 hours. Oh, you're a big lad, aren't you? Hello. Is that what you do to horses? You stroke them on the head? They're not electric fences, are they? Are they? Don't hurt yourself. Do you want a stroke? Do you want one? I've left you out. Do you want a stroke on the head? Hello. What about you? You're the little one, aren't you? You're not violent, are you? Ah, look where I am. Ha! This is the point where I went wrong this time last year. Where all these sheep are stood, I went left and I shouldn't have done that. I went that way and we need to go this way. I think I need to go alongside the perimeter of the field. Right. Any more of you to come? Of course there are. Alright lads. So I've just rolled over 1,000 metres, a kilometre of elevation, 1,014, 675 to go, 674 to go. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't struggling, because this is hard graft now. Well, I'll be glad to get out of this enclosure. Do you know the best thing, the best decision I made today to bring with me? Gloves. I haven't taken them off apart from to eat and, you know, a couple of seconds each time. But I couldn't imagine doing this, not being able to feel my fingers. So, gloves, oh, they were a great shout bringing them. You can probably hear in my voice now, I'm starting to feel a bit defeated and a bit destroyed and beaten up by this trail. And you would be correct, you'd be right. Because at the moment, I just want to go home. I just want to give Laura a call and say, I'm at the Talbot, which is that pub there. Come and get me. But I've got 18k to go and just over 3 hours to beat last year's time. Almost certainly looks like we're going to be doing it in the dark, so that'll be fun. But yeah, you really do go through the motions when you do these long runs. It's just the elevation. It slows you right down, keeps you on your feet for longer, and you just get tighter and tighter and tighter. And I think I'm going to have my Mars bar now, because I think this is the lowest point of the day for me. And a Mars bar is my favourite food in the whole world, apart from pizza. Probably is my favourite thing to eat. So I'm going to treat myself. 36k, 35k. Oh God, this is getting really hard now. I just saw this bench and it was calling to me. It's even got a footrest. This is becoming really, really difficult. Laura said to me last night before we went to sleep, she said, why are you doing this again? I just said, because I have to. I just feel like I have to. I just feel like this trail, once a year, is too good not to run on. It deserves to be run on. It's an amazing trail, and if I've just got to put myself through this once a year, then that's fine. I don't know what month I'll do mine next year. I might do it slightly different. I might do it in a different season. I might have a go at doing it in summer or May or through the night. I don't know. But I absolutely love this trail. And that's the thing about running. It's savage. It really is. Because it's just fight or flight mentality, isn't it? And right now I'm fight or flight or sit on a bench mentality, but I really have wanted to call Laura the last 5k, which has been about an hour and a bit. So I'm only doing 6k an hour at the moment, moving quite slowly. And I've really considered getting her to come get me. But then I thought, no, I can't do that. I don't have a good enough reason to quit. So I can't call her. I can just deal with my problems out on the trails. Everything I need, all the help I need is out here, I think. So, yeah, let's carry on. We'll get there, one step at a time. I don't know what time it'll be. But I was supposed to do this run last week, actually. last Friday or Saturday, because it's Friday the 1st of December today, and I just felt really ill last weekend, so I just didn't do it, put it off. I looked at the weather window yesterday or the day before. I saw that Friday was going to be really good, so I just thought this is too good an opportunity to pass up, because the next couple of days, weeks, looking up to Christmas time, just look really wet, and I would not fancy doing this run in the wet, because it's muddy enough in minus temperatures. So and also I've got a 3-week 10k training block approaching, so kind of just wanted to get this out of the way and just to see if I could do it, because what I didn't want to happen was for New Year to pass and me to think, oh, I should have done that, I should have done the ultra while I could. Anyway, let's crack on. We're at 35k, we've got about 14 to go. I'm not even looking at the countdown, the timer, because I don't want to ruin my day, but I'll probably have a look soon, to be honest, because I'll have to tell Laura when I'm going to arrive, so I'll see the countdown and then my day will probably be ruined then. But I've got a feeling I'm not going to make it. I don't know why, even though last year I ran 5k further because I got lost. So there'll be a steward's inquiry into this if I end up completing the course later. For my birthday, what was that, 3 months ago, we walked the Worcestershire way. Well, Laura and I were like dying by this point. It was a really warm day, and we got to this point, and I'm going to say the same thing as I did then. 10k to go. 12:28. Right on cue. That was k41. So it looks like it's going to be about a 51k run today. 10k to go. Look at this, what a place. There's more to Worcestershire than just sauce. I would love to have known the temperatures all day today. I bet you it's not really got above freezing. It's probably not been very good being out here all this time, especially as an asthmatic. But we do what we must. Second half of my Mars bar. I can't believe how disciplined I've been. I've never ever not eaten a Mars bar in 19 seconds. It's taken me an hour and a half. People change. So there's 42k up, there's the marathon. God, I'm not even going to check what time I'm at. But I feel like my running in the last 12 months has really come a long way. I've managed to get oh, you are taking the ad short. I didn't even commit to that foot, to that that's as far down as I went, and I caught myself. I'm going to do a shortcut here. This year I've done 3. I did Chester and York back to back, which was a lot of fun, and then earlier in the spring did Manchester, and that's where I got my PB. Trained really hard for that, deserved a good time, got 3:47, and yeah, I was mega pleased with that, and that is that remains my fastest ever marathon, and that brings me on to next year, 2024. I haven't booked a spring race yet, but I think I've narrowed it down to 3. It's either going to be a return to Brighton, a return to Manchester, or we might try and slay the dragon in Newport. So still haven't quite decided what I'm going to do yet, but I think it's going to be one of those 3. Maybe even a training series as well, So yeah, 3:47 the time to beat. I actually got into running because I wanted to fit into my wedding suit, because in 2020 we were supposed to get married. Remember 2020? Well, yeah, I realised 3 months prior that I weren't going to fit into my suit. 5 months, sorry, prior to my wedding. So I had to do something about it, and I thought running is the quickest fast track to that. Obviously 2020 happened, and so did running, and it became a lifestyle rather than just something to lose weight. And actually that was actually the last time I weighed myself. I very rarely weigh myself, so yeah, I've found quite a healthy way to integrate it into my lifestyle, I think. So that's my marathon story, really. Oh, I tell you what, that feels good. I could just lie here. I could genuinely just, if I lied back now, I can't. If I lied back now, I wouldn't get up. Oh, that's difficult. That's, oh God, that was difficult. Laura and I play this little game called Rocks, Paper, Takeaway, where after 3, on the count of 3, we have to say the takeaway that we really want. And if we both say the same place, it could be Pizza Hut, Domino's, McDonald's, whatever. We both say the same place and we get it. We did it first time this morning or last night. We both said Shimla, and I cannot wait. Shimla's like, they do these kebabs there, but not like dodgy kebabs that you get at like 2:30 outside the nightclub. A proper tikka, chicken tikka, lovely seasoned meat. And I normally have mine as a wrap with some cheesy chips and a Pepsi Max. But this time I might even have it in a naan bread, just because I want the stodge. So yeah, I'll be honest, that's what's getting me through at the moment. The thought of the Shimla tonight. I think I've just lost my vegan audience. But how long have we got? 7k. 7k, dare I look? There's the hills. Good news is we don't have to go all the way up them. We've just got to go sort of halfway up one of them. Up North Hill or End Hill, one of them, I can't remember. But the elevation is sheer. From the road it's about 250 metre climb, and then run around the hill, then it's all downhill to the buzzards. The buzzards are like these steel structure things in the park, and that's where I'm finishing the run. So will I get to the buzzards? Should we have a look? Should we have a game of Jeopardy? To beat my course record, can I do 7k in 1 hour 9 minutes? Sounds so simple, but at the moment I've been doing about 6k an hour, partly because I've just done 44k and it's cold and it's hilly, so I'll have to book my ideas up really, and there's a big climb coming, so it's not a foregone conclusion. Can we do it? Come on. We've got power? Yes. Okay. I can't believe it's getting dark. I can't believe I've been out this long. It's mental. So here we are, the apple orchards. So far, it's not too bad. Crunch, 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 crunch. That's a beautiful sound. That means I think I've got away with it. Did this last year and it was horrendous. So this time last year, when I first did this, 60 videos ago, this Worcestershire way, I did it as a 1,000 subscriber special. I've now got 2,200 something. So I just wanted to say a huge, massive, heartfelt thank you to everyone who continues to watch, who has subscribed, likes the videos, comments, engages with me on, you know, Instagram or Strava, whatever. It means a lot, it really does. Start of the last big challenge. Up past the houses, up around End Hill, and then back for the final descent. Here we go, it's going to start to get real now. I've got 19 minutes to do 3k. Can it be done? This is so sketchy. This is such a steep downhill. I'm running as fast as I can. I've never done anything this stupid in my life. Running hell for leather down a 7-8% grade downhill in the pitch black in minus temperatures. My quads are absolutely ruined because of the last 10 minutes, not the last 10 hours. And there we are. We can stop the watch. Oh, I don't believe it. Missed by 1 minute, 55 seconds. Over 9.5 hours. Ah. Oh well. It's been a good day, man. It's been fun. 51k. Took too long on my lunch. I think that was the problem. Oh well. Let me get my breath back. Let me get rid of this ego, and then we'll just finish up. Wow. That was good though. Well, there we go. 9 hours, 31 minutes and something seconds. Not quite the time I was expecting. Maybe ego crept in a little bit and I didn't really actually think about, you know, the shape I'm in. I've been a bit under the weather. It's freezing cold. You know, I did run the last hour of that in the dark. There's a lot of factors why that was quite difficult. At the end of the day, I'm making excuses, and the proof's in the pudding. I ran slower than I thought I was going to run. So I've only got myself to blame now, really. But 1 minute, 55 seconds slower, so I'm not going to grumble too badly. It wasn't like it was a DNF, which it nearly was. But managed to get through. And yeah, when those hard times come for you, you've just got to be strong, and you've got to stay strong and just get to the end. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. Thanks so much for watching this one. It's been a long one. And yes, Worcestershire Way 2023 done. 2024, I'm not quite sure when I'm going to do it. Like I said, I might do it at a different time. I might do it, I don't know. I might surprise you all. But thanks for watching. It's always fun making these kind of videos because I don't really have a clue how it's going to go. And that kind of takes the shackles off a bit, which is quite nice. So, really enjoyable day. Learned a lot again about myself and just the amazing sport of running, the savage sport of running. It's been a really good day. I'm off to smash a Shimla, and I will see you on the next video. Take it easy wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da.